Welcome to WEFM's 3 p.m. news. I am your presenter, Jessica Klein. First, on the local scene. The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Red Cross Society will be represented at the Inter-American Conference in the Bahamas from the 5th to 8th of June 2023. Every year, all Red Cross national societies across the Caribbean and Latin America meet to discuss national crisis. The delegation that will be representing the SVG Red Cross Society consists of President Alston Anderson, Director General Mrs. Dora James, and volunteers Shanette Bowens, Ashanki Laidlaw, and Kishore Hamlet. The objectives of the conference are to promote cooperation and networking among Red Crosses in the region around common humanitarian concerns and challenges, position and show the added value of the Red Cross network as an auxiliary to governments, agree on common strategies for the implementation in the region of the decisions of the General Assembly, the Council of Delegates, and the International Conference. And lastly, to formulate proposals for the governing board on matters related to the General Assembly and the statutory bodies of the movement. This year's conference is expected to be attended by approximately 130 people, including representatives from 34 Red Cross national societies in the region under the theme Leadership and Sustainability, Local Solutions to Global Challenges. The Ministry of Transport, Works, Lands and Physical Planning has released a statement notifying the general public that the road in Dumbarton in the area leading to the cemetery will be closed to vehicular traffic on the 2nd of June 2023 from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. This closure is to facilitate road embankment repairs along the road. All pedestrians using the area are asked to exercise caution. The ministry apologizes for any inconvenience that this may cause. Still on the local scene, with the support of Digicel SVG, the 12-member Special Olympics SVG team is in full preparation mode for the Special Olympics World Games 2023 in Berlin. The games are set to take place from June 17th to the 25th. Digicel will be doing bi-weekly posts here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines on social media before and during the games, a farewell soiree to give the athletes one last hurrah before they depart, and a welcome home reception at the airport to celebrate the team on their return. This year's Special Olympics World Games is expected to have approximately 7,000 athletes and unified partners from approximately 170 countries competing in 24 sporting areas. On the regional scene, Child Protection and Emergency Services in Barbados say they are ready to respond to cases of abuse, neglect, exploitation, and violence against children in the aftermath of a disaster. The director of the Child Care Board, CCB, Roseanne Richards, is urging parents and guardians to put measures in place to ensure their children are in a safe and secure environment and not exposed to such situations in the event that Barbados is affected by a storm this Atlantic hurricane season. She said, it includes guaranteeing that children receive all necessary assistance that is required for their safety and well-being at this time, protecting children from maltreatment and ensuring their survival and well-being during and after the disaster. Children are a vulnerable group. They are very dependent on adults, and we need to take care of them for more at this time. The director pointed out that during an emergency, several factors increase a child's vulnerability. She said displacement, relocation, separation from family and community, loss of a loved one or even a pet, losing their home and possessions, lack of safety, and reliance on humanitarian assistance might expose children to violence, exploitation, and abuse. Still on the regional scene, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, is blaming the current education system for producing a conveyor belt of uneducated young gang members and believes it is time to start a conversation about it. During a breakfast session with members of the business community At the Hilton Trinidad in Port of Spain yesterday, Rowley lamented that significant amounts of young people pass through the secondary school system without learning anything. He blamed the automatic promotion of all children into secondary school as a main contributor to the problem. He stated, because once we've made the decision that everybody goes to high school, the questions remain. What about those children who enter the secondary school system having not been readied in the primary system? When they get into the secondary school system, what is the curriculum that they are going to follow? Is it the curriculum of the primary school as a continuation, or the curriculum of a secondary school that they can't cope with? The Prime Minister said if these questions are not answered, the country will continue to face the issue of young men coming out of the education system totally unprepared for a responsible life. And finally, on the international scene, Jasmine Hatton, a Canadian socialite who killed a police chief in Belize with his own gun, has reportedly been spared prison time. According to local reports, the 34-year-old was handed a €30,000 fine and 300 hours of community service. Hatton pleaded guilty in April to the manslaughter of Henry Gemot, who died from a single gunshot wound to the head on the 28th of May 2021. The sentence handed down by the Belize High Court requires a payment of 75,000 Belizean dollars within 1 year or face a potential prison sentence of 12 months. She is also required to produce a video warning against the dangers of drunkenness and mishandling firearms, as claims are that both she and Jamat were drunk at a party at the time of the incident. This has been WFM's 3 p.m. news. I have been your presenter, Jessica Klein. Join us again at 5:30 p.m. for WFM's evening news, and we thank you for listening.